attention. I know their fan base doesn't want to hear that, but that's the case. What are they fighting for now going forward?
You know exactly what they're fighting for. Is that word that some people don't want to hear, but it's pride.
Draft. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was going to go draft, but pride's better, right?
You know something? You're right, because that's part of it, but that's two different mindsets. That's front office mindset, draft position, where are we going to be and what do we need to get? And then the players and the coaching staff right now, pride. Can they win some games and feel better about themselves despite the fact they have no shot at the playoffs?
And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And he rifles one incomplete. Amara Darboh, the intended receiver. And that'll make it 3rd down. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You've got to cash in and get some points.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. To throw here. And he's got his man. It's Darboh. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore 1st down. After getting that turnover on the first drive of the game, you'd hate to just stall out the momentum, go 3 and out. They're able to avoid that there.
Yeah, we talk about complementary football all the time, but I think it's a little bit deeper than that. Defense went out, forced a turnover, gave the ball to the offense. It's now the offense's responsibility to pay that off for them, to show respect to them. Hey, you guys got some turnover. We appreciate it. They want to continue their drive.
Kenny Galladay, the intended receiver. And now it's 2nd down.
Let's face it, perfection is something we all chase, whether it's playing this game or whatever we do. Hard to attain, but that's what they were searching for as that pass goes incomplete.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. A good job defensively to hold that to 4 yards, and now it's 3rd down. He'll drop to throw. And he'll find Galladay. That's complete. 12 yards the pickup there. Good for a Raven first.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. 1st down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
And the D looking like they may blitz. They go play action here on 1st down. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Good positioning, and it's picked off. And he is all the way up past the 25. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
And his throw is incomplete.
That one didn't quite make it to the target, but that's not always a function of the strength of the arm of the quarterback, is it? Sometimes there's just too much pressure there. In any case, the ball doesn't arrive.
Offense still needing 10 yards. 2nd down. Back to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. It came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
He'll look to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Tavon Young. And he will bring this back. It's a pick six and a Raven touchdown. I don't know who all is to blame there, but I love seeing pick sixes.
Nothing like seeing someone pluck it out of the air and go the other way and see people try to change directions. Hard to do.
And he's able to put it through. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. This one fielded at the 5. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. The Jets offensive unit ready to get going here. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it second and a foot or so. They keep it on the ground. Again, it's Brown. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's no gain on the play, and they'll remain a few inches shy of a first with third down looming. And some extras coming up on the line here, readying for the blitz.
Let's go! Brand 38! Brand 38! Black Brown!
On third down, that's Brown. Play fake here on first down. He's going to air one out. And here's another interception, the third of this first quarter. It's Desmond Trufant, and he's able to bring it up 5 yards shy of midfield to the 45-yard line.
You're looking there at a defensive back who's maybe a step slower than he was when he came into the league a decade ago. I know I questioned his speed coming into the game, but what he's lost in speed, he's more than made up for it with intellect. And that's a great job of knowing how to position himself to make that interception.
Losing yardage back at the 40. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up second.
That goes down as a loss against his rushing stats, but really should he have to absorb that one? He had no chance on that play before they overwhelmed him.
Pretty much on top of him before he could take his first step. Now a handoff here to his running back. And some room to maneuver. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. The Ravens get a new set of downs. Give them 17 on that pickup.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty. Can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary, and that led to a really nice gain.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. If these kinds of lanes are available, you have to feel like he's going to have a pretty big game on the ground.
Yeah, you can tell early on he's got a little burst in his step, and that's a big pickup right there on first down.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Now they go screen. It's complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 12 yards to pick up there. Good for a Raven first. Just the first quarter, but tackling going to be so important going forward. They've got to limit plays like that.
And that's something when you see it happen early in the game and they don't get him on the ground, you can always tell that they were concerned about it going in. Because I can just tell you, from my days, I remember being in college and worrying all off-season about our season-open opponent, and they had a receiver that could shake and bake with the best of them. I tackled him on the first pass of the game, and the relief was incredible. Ended up having a pretty decent ball game. But if I'd missed him, it would have been a long night.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
Sometimes play calls boil down to philosophy. You know you're facing one of the top 10 units against the run in the NFL. So do you decide to keep smashing against them, or do you decide to throw the ball here?
And he will find his man on the outside. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover them.
And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. A great effort there. Hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Ravens will add on to their lead. And it's good to make it 14-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Now the Jets offense about set to take over as they head onto the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points get that 0 off the board. Back to throw here. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him.
The game plan for any defense is finding ways to make a quarterback uncomfortable in the pocket. When you bring pressure from all angles, you never know who's going to get home. In this case, the left cornerback right in the face of him.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. It's Desmond Trufant. And a terrific return there. They're finally able to corral him down near the 11-yard line. We haven't even escaped the first half, and he's already thrown 4 picks.
And Brandon, Back in the good old days, probably back before you were born, if your starter threw 4 in the first half, he might throw 8 or more for the game because they weren't going to pull him out. But nowadays, the patience level isn't quite there. He's going to have to make some real adjustments, or the backup may see some time.
Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And they'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. A great play there. Hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Ravens will extend their lead. And oh my goodness, this is nowhere close. Well to the right and no good. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. Now the Jets offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. And the play goes for 19 yards, gives them a new set of downs. And some changes here as the D-line separates some. They'll run. This is Brown. And he's going to take this one down to about the 46-yard line. Seven yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. With Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin with you. It's the Jets in possession as we begin quarter number 2 here. They're looking at a 2nd and short yardage to start things out. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And he's going to be taken down. Back across midfield, just across midfield at the 49. Tim Williams, he's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. The Jets on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. On play action, they'll throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. The ball comes out, but this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same.
And I have to admit, partner, that I've often thought that I don't like this rule, where the offensive player fumbles the ball, it goes out of bounds, and they get to keep it.
That's just because you're a defensive guy. That's why you don't like it.
Yeah, you're right. It is a slanted view, isn't it?
But this is where, for the offensive team, and no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. Now back to throw. He's going to float this one deep right side. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down. I hate to sound really negative, but at this point, an incomplete pass, almost a moral victory that it's not picked off.
Well, you may hate to sound negative, but that was negative.
It was very negative, I know, but all these first-half interceptions, it's been tough to watch.
Yeah, couldn't find it.
And my goodness, another interception. It's Desmond Trufant. And that gives gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it? Kurt Coleman.
Oh, yeah, that's
then
right.
with the Eagles.
That's right. Then with the Eagles, and I believe it's against Washington and Rex Grossman.
That's correct.
Here we go now. Back there in that Philly. Here we go.
And to give this time to the tailback. And some space here. And a big hit there as he runs into a brick wall right at the 20. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here.
All right, now look at it.
They'll set up to throw. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner, everything has to fit together just right. But on that play, the defense was able to disrupt things and hold it to a short game.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. Looking to throw. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. A 5-yard gain, and now they're set up 1st and goal.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid gain. It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. 2nd down here after the incomplete pass. They'll come out in the pistol. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
Now a handoff looking right. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1.
And a nice job defensively to keep him out of the end zone. He's trying to get a 2nd touchdown already in the 1st half.
They had that one earlier, was bidding for a 2nd. That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
Now, this feels like old school football because this has turned into a good old-fashioned goal line stand. So on offense, what do you do now? Do you decide to run it or throw it if you go for it on 4th down?
They'll drop to throw. And they're going to try the screen. It's complete. And he is not going to be able to get away as they swarm him for a loss shy of the goal line. Well, you feel the excitement build on those 4th down plays. Defense has to stay out there, but for the offense, when that thing doesn't work out, such disappointment.
It can absolutely be a deflator, but how about the defensive guys? If they stop you on 4th down, they are absolutely elevated going to their bench.
They're elevated now. Big stop on 4th down.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
He's going to float this one deep right side. That's incomplete. Nearly another pick. My goodness.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the 1st half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on 3rd down. And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line. Tim Williams in there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year. Here's the Jets punter now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. And he's able to get it out of there. Taken right around the 44. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Ravens offense now, they get set and head back onto the field. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Forced out to his left. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
And he's got his man on the out route. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 23 yards on the play. On first down, he'll drop to throw. Throw left side, taken in by Galladay. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. They'll set up a throw. Now they go screen. It's complete. 7 yards there. Good enough to move the sticks. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart.
No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose. And it's scooped up by the Jets. 1:58 to go in this first half of play. We're back to Baltimore after this. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage.
Here we go. Brand 38.
They'll run it here with Brown. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
We just saw another example of how the defense is winning this game. Really at the point of attack, the offensive line's just getting pushed around. I think now as a play caller, you got to give them a little bit of help. Maybe you keep your tight ends a little bit more. Maybe the running backs help you a little bit with the pass blocking. But you've got...
And now here is another interception. Tyus Bowser with a pick. And they will finally put it into the return, but not until he takes it back all the way inside the 10-yard line. What a nightmarish game he's having now. 6 interceptions that he has thrown.
Absolutely unbelievable, isn't it? Hard to believe we're watching this and have seen it, but it just tells you about the game of football. It giveth and it taketh away.
Yeah, the guys, though, that have thrown 6 interceptions in a game, the likes of Peyton Manning, Brett Favre, I think Joe Namath, he did it 3 times. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. I'm no offensive mastermind, but of all the guys on the field to block, you might want to stop him.
Look, I've got a very simple rule. An unblocked defender is usually your best defender, and he ended up making the play there.
No gain on that one, and it's going to bring up a third down. They tried to swing it out left into the flat, but the defense, they were very principled there.
It felt very West Coast offense, didn't it? You know their expression, right? A West Coast offense, when they throw the ball, it's either going to be a touchdown or a check down, meaning they like to press it downfield. If they don't have it, swing it out, which is exactly what we saw there. But how about the great pursuit and tackle to make a nice play?
The offense stays out there. A big challenge here from this far back, but they're going for it on 4th and goal. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off down at the 2. Defenders giving chase, but I don't think they're going to get there. 20. And it's a touchdown for the Jets. You think you're going into halftime with a good-sized lead. Not so fast. That pick 6 really changes the complexion, probably also changes the halftime speech.
No doubt about it. Instead of going in relaxed, you're probably a little more uptight right now, probably a little bit angry. Let's see if they can get their focus back.
And he puts it through. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This is taken at his 4. Gets past one man. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that can change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
Well, I guess that answers the question whether or not they want him throwing it again right away after throwing the pick six on the previous drive.
Yeah, not something conservative or underneath. Pretty big shot right there.
Get him right back in the saddle and say, go ahead and sling it, big guy.
Hurry up, here we go. No, check, Patriot.
They're going to look to throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. They'll look to throw here on first down. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes in bounds. That throw good for 4. It's second down. So they complete the pass, and now they face a second down. He'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
The Ravens on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6.
All right, here we go. Green, 39. No. Back here now. 319.
They'll look to throw. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4th. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. Update now from a game going on in Pittsburgh. And the early going, it's the Texans out in front. I have a feeling that one's going to stay tight throughout. We'll continue to monitor. This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. And they'll play keep away from the returner as this one. Larry, go back to the green room, my friend. These guys are ready to go again. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Out come the Ravens now. They'll go on offense first here in this 3rd quarter. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team. That their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still 3rd quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
That's good for a Raven first down, 15 yards there. First down and 10 now for the offensive group. Now they'll run it on the toss. Gets by him, and now a little daylight. And look out, I think he's going to go. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. A big play there with touchdown number 2 in the game, and now 11 on the year. And the Ravens will add on to their lead. So they're going to go for 2. They'll look to throw. And this is incomplete. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite. But in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a 2-point conversion, all that extra, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play, right?
Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. He's going to look deep down the field. And they went for a big play through the air on second down. Couldn't connect. Now it's third.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. They wind up getting 16, but even that's not quite enough. It's fourth down.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up. Keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on fourth and a yard. They'll try and run for it with Brown. He's at the 50, the 30, past the 20, and all the way in. Touchdown, New York. A great effort there. His 9th touchdown of the season. And the Jets are able to cut into this deficit. That's the score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there was an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. The Ravens offense now, they get set to head back on the field.
No, check, Patriot, here we go now. Leopard. All right, here we go. Gun. Over.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. And he will find his man on the outside. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 12 yards to pick up there. Good for a Raven first.
Green, 39. Back 99, Philly. Here we go. No. Check, Patriot. Detroit.
They'll look to throw now on first down. He's going to loft one. Deep left side. That's caught inside the 20. And he'll be down deep into Jet territory. A big play that time for the Ravens. 46 yards.
Hurry up, here we go. Back 99, Philly. Here we go. Over. Gun. Detroit.
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
So a first down and 5 for the offense.
Watch it now, Barney. Leopard.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it leads to a 1st and goal.
Yeah, another good run there. He's been such a big part of their success here this afternoon. And that last carry, it puts him over 100.
And he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. A great play there with his 3rd touchdown of the ball game, number 12 on the season. And the Ravens will extend their lead. Suckup for the extra point. And that one makes this a 19-point game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This one fielded at the 5. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. And New York set to take the field. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass. Now they'll run it on the toss. He takes this for 3 to the 29.
Defenses always talk about earning the right to rush the passer on 3rd down. And you know what offenses want? Win 1st down so they can set things up for themselves better.
And that wasn't helpful there. Not a big impact on 1st down. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. This is Brown on the carry. They'll only get a couple up to about the 30.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
The Jets on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. They'll look to throw here. Throw left side complete. It's Moss. And he's got the 1st down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. Give him 12 yards there, and the Jets have a 1st. So the offense has it 1st and 10.
Here we go.
He'll drop to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there. It's 2nd down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
Here we go.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Flush to his right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Chris Wormley in there to get him. And that's sack number 6 for him on the year.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by the linebacker, C.J. Mosley. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye, that happened fast, and a big sack.
Watch him now, Barney, Barney. Watch him now, Barney, Barney. Detroit, Detroit. No, check, Patriot, Patriot. All right, now, look at that. All right, here we go.
So the D-line's going to spread out. Now they'll run it on the toss. Only a yard on the gain there, and that'll set up 3rd and 13.
He was hoping to get to the edge, but they did a really nice job of forcing him back inside. That's excellent fundamental defensive football. Don't let them outside where they can really shred your defense.
No, check, Patriot, Patriot.
Back to throw. And he's got his man. It's Darbo. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 15. And a big 32-yard play on 3rd. So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. 12 more yards there and another 1st down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore. A great effort there. Taking it in from a yard out. And the Ravens will add on to their lead. And let's not forget he had the receiving touchdown earlier. Now a trio of rushing touchdowns. Quite a performance.
Diversification. That's all you can talk about. His ability to do everything leaves him on the field on every down on offense, because you can hand it to him, as we've seen. Would you say 3 rushing touchdowns? And, of course, throw it to him where he's caught 1 as well.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And he will be taken down here on the return on what will wind up being the final play of this 3rd quarter. Back now in Baltimore. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. A big play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Jets are able to close the gap just a bit. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
This one fielded at the 5. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. And the Ravens taking the field. They are just putting things together so well here, drive after drive. they really have captured the momentum, haven't they?
They've taken momentum and pretty much not just given him a jersey, but a seat on the bench as well. Whatever do you need, you've got it, because the way they're stringing things together and creating that distance between them and their opponent, it's really hard to narrow that gap. And the other part is they're taking their spirit away from them, too.
Yeah, now they're just looking to add to that total.
No, check, Patriots.
Back to throw now on first down. He finds an opening past the 40. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. So here we go, 1st and 10 now.
No, check. Hurry up, here we go.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
Check. Crunch.
And some changes here as the D-line separates some.
All right, now look at 56. Look at 56. Back there, Philly. Here we go.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it'll be a 3rd and about 13.
Over.
He'll look to throw. Flushed out right. And heavy contact. He is knocked down hard. That's good for a Raven first down, 15 yards there.
Man, defensively, that hurts. They got him out of his rhythm. They had him hemmed in, but somehow he was able to tuck it away and get away for a gain.
Well, the offense lining up 1st and 10.
Watch it now, Barney. Gun. Set.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down.
Let's go. No. Check. 4 down.
And he'll give it here to his running back. It'll only be a gain of a yard, and it sets up a 3rd down and 4 now. And in this situation with the lead 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
The Ravens on 3rd down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This is 3rd and 4.
Detroit.
A first carry for the Clemson man, Wayne Gallman. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down.
But this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stopped them for almost no gain.
It's complete. Swings it out to his running back. It's a gain of 4 that time, and it'll give the Ravens a first down. Felt compelled to go for it there on 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a 4th down call. Doesn't matter the distance. You still have to get it done, as you noted, and they did.
Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10.
Detroit. Detroit! Back here we go. Philly, here we go. 39. No, check.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore first down.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
And they're definitely showing blitz here. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And it'll make this a 2nd and long.
Yeah, baby, yeah.
And a really long drive here, and it goes on and on.
All right, now look at 56. All right, here we go. 56. 3-19.
They'll set up to throw. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. Give him 5 on the screenplay, and that'll set up a 3rd down. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is it not? With his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play. But what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket to find angles to throw the ball through. He just throws right over the top of it because he can see everything, and sometimes that saves time and gets the ball to a receiver quicker.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Darren Lee picks it, and a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So now he's equaled his interception total from a week ago. Remember, Charles, he had 3 last week.
And you know, all week long he vowed to take that number down, told the guys on the team, don't worry, things are going to pick up, I've got this. But he is in a major league rut right now. Let's see if his teammates can pick him up along the way.
You're right. He talked about being cool, calm. Now the pressure comes, and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Chris Wormley, he's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass. Looking to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Back to throw here. And that is incomplete.
Let's give some credit to the defensive guys on that play. Able to bat that one away. Sure looked like they were trying to hit the corner route.
A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down.
Come on, let's go.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Going for the deep ball. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And now, goodness, possession's going to go over right at the 10-yard line. Really nice starting field position here for the offensive unit. Now they'll run it on the toss. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this.
No. Check. Patriot.
Second and goal. Defense digging in again here. And again, the run defense stout this time. He maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage, but no more. Call it no gain that time, and now it's third and goal. The offense on third down, they've hit on half of them, 5 for 10. They're looking at a third and goal here. Now Gallman. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. It'll be a gain of 5, but they're still left with a long fourth and goal.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
The offense stays out there. A big challenge here from this far back, but they're going for it on fourth and goal. Now back to throw. And it is incomplete. They can't hook up here on the fourth down pass attempt, and the Jets are going to get the football back. So we were looking at each other up here in the booth when they went for that, saying, oh, wow, talk about trying to add insult to injury.
Some teams are just like that. You know, some philosophies, some coaches are like, look, when I got a chance to put some more points on the board, I don't care what the situation, I'm going to do it. And they're also the same coaches as a general rule that if someone does it to them, you won't hear a peep or protest out of them. That's just who they are. Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. That's good for a Jet first down, a gain of 13. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry.
Partner, as a quarterback, sometimes you just got to know when the clock has gone off in your head, it's time to go. Tuck it and get all you can.
And a little floater there is incomplete.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. He's going to let it fly. And got his man complete. And that one results in 35 yards. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And now here is another interception. Picked off at the 14. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now. That's 9 interceptions in this two-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here. Elsewhere, a fourth-quarter score now from Tampa. And the Buccaneers have just extended their lead. If they indeed win, it would be win number 9 on the season. Now they'll run it on the toss. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's got some space here. And he'll be taken down here, and that is out.